much can you guys take from the regular season meetings, given how long it's been since you've seen each other and how much both teams have changed since then?
It's different. Obviously, we had some tough matchups against them. Our only win was with some of the starters, Kawhi in particular, which is the best player. So can't really take anything from that. But we've also gotten better. We added Tobias, so they haven't really seen us either.
How much respect do you have for Marcus?
I have a lot of respect for him. It's a guy, he's been defensive player of the league, and with Memphis, it was, him, Zach, Mike. He was one of the guys that carried the franchise. He's been great, and I know him personally too. So, it's gonna be a good series and a tough series.
Has he ever given you advice or looked out in that way?
Oh yeah, we text sometimes, but yeah.
What has he ever advised you in the course of your
Nah,
younger?
I mean, I can't exactly remember, but I think one of my first games against him, I did something, and then he told me that, oh, I should do this. That was like, I think it was my first or second game against him.
And my last one, that is, in this matchup, though, what do you feel are your strengths?
Gonna figure it out. Gotta figure it out how they guard me. Brooklyn showed me a different look than the regular season. Gonna figure it out how they guard me. But I'm a basketball player. I'll be ready for anything, and I'm sure they've seen, and I'm gonna figure it out.
What did you prove to yourself in the first round with the way you were able to perform and also take care of your body?
We all did a good job as a team. It's still not there. Still trying to get better, but that's an issue that's gonna be there at least all playoffs until I actually get some real time to get some rest and work on myself. We did a good job managing it. Obviously, I only averaged about 24 minutes last series, so this one I'm definitely gonna need way more than that.
You went like 31 or 32 minutes in game 4 and were dominant. Does the adrenaline of the moment of the playoff scene, does that help it kind of manage it in the moment? Or does it kind of mask whatever you're dealing with?
It's hard because I'm known for playing through anything and pushing it. And in some situation like game 3, I couldn't go because it was too much. But like I said, just got to keep managing it and see how I feel, and then go from there.
C'est la première fois que deux joueurs du Cameroun vont s'affronter en série, soit jouer contre Pascal Siakam. Qu'est-ce que ça représente le match de ce soir pour vous? Est-ce que tu peux nous parler de la rivalité entre vos deux villes également?
Il n'y a pas de rivalité. On est tous Camerounais. Je le supporte. Quand il fait quelque chose de bien, je lui envoie un message et il fait la même chose pour moi. Mais il n'y aura pas d'amitié sur le terrain pendant cette série. Mais j'ai beaucoup d'admiration pour lui parce que ce qu'il a fait cette année, il a tellement évolué et il a toujours beaucoup de potentiel. Je suis excité pour lui, mais on va essayer de gagner cette série.
I might be asking you the same question here, but what's your relationship like with Pascal?
It's pretty good. Obviously, I just said that in French. We both Cameroonians, and we all support each other. It's fun. When he does something, I text him, and same thing when I do something too. But he's had a hell of a year. He's amazing how far he's come, especially considering where he was last year. It's still a surprise, and I'm so happy and so proud of him. But we're not gonna be friends during this series. And then I'm definitely gonna try to win it.
he was telling us that even though this is a big series for Cameroon, that the cities that you guys are from are actually have a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, I bet he's from Douala, I'm from Yaoundé. Obviously, Yaoundé is the better city. It's the capital of Cameroon. So I'm going to try to win it for Yaoundé.
I know you probably may have been asked this question already, but what do you think your biggest challenge is going to be against this dominant Raptors team?
That's a team that causes a lot of turnovers. In the past, they've turned us over a lot, me, Ben. So we just got to, be aggressive, but at the same time, go, I don't know, go through the pace of the game without forcing anything. But that's and then they've double teamed me a lot. So I'm kind of, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do tonight. Even with Marc Gasol, if they're gonna send a double team but Marc is a great player, great defender. So it's gonna be a tough series.
So defensively,
Last one.
is your primary responsibility going to be to protect the rim, or to try to block him out on the rim?
I mean, as a good defender, you can't just go into the game. I mean, there's a game plan, but you can't just figure it out in your head that you're gonna do something. Obviously, he can shoot the ball, so it's gonna be different than the Brooklyn series. In the Brooklyn series, I was just basically chilling. No disrespect to all the big guys on that team, but with this one, he's a great passer, so I definitely got to pressure him, and I got to pick my spots. When to help and when not to. I kind of went through that last year against Boston, guarding Al. You just gotta figure it out and help your teammates and know when not to help and go from there.
Let's ask Joel about his sort of dual responsibility guarding Gasol out on. Looks like he'll be out on the perimeter a lot versus his rim protection duties. How big a challenge is that, and what's his primary responsibility defensively?
I mean, the overarching point you're making is completely true. Like, he's good at the post. He can step out and make a three. Joel is 7'2". In a perfect world, you'd like to have him protect the rim all game long. At times, that might not be able to happen. And inevitably, where it rears its head the most is his pick and roll coverage. You assume that Marc will be in a lot of pick and rolls, and the decision that I have to make on where to place Joel is probably at times different than it was, say, in the Brooklyn series. And so this is the challenge of Marc Gasol.
How do you adjust your game knowing that Toronto not only has a very strong starting lineup, but also a very deep bench?
I mean, it's when you look at it, you're trying to find a weakness, and it's difficult. It's really difficult, and we all get sort of after February, rosters change, Milwaukee's and Toronto's and the 76ers the most. And to bring in Marc Gasol and to still retain, not have to give up, Serge, and you look at their guards coming off the bench, like they really have depth. And so apart from just agreeing with you, there's not much you can say. How do you combat depth? I don't know. But what I do know is I recognize it.
You said Zaire might be in the mix tonight. Have you seen anything from him? I mean, hasn't played much in the playoffs, obviously. Like behind the scenes, that would kind of lead you to that decision.
I have. I've seen a lot. Practices nowadays take the shape of a low minute workout, which goes for about 45 minutes. And then, the players that are high minute guys do the recovery, and we do a lot of classroom stuff, a lot of film grabs, so to speak, and walkthroughs. And so during the low minute workouts, you have a chance to see him. And he is not afraid of the moment. Like, he doesn't care about a resume or 20,000 people, or it's the NBA playoffs. He really sort of as I judge him and see his personality, learn his personality more, that's my assessment of him, albeit early, that's my assessment of him. And then you go to the physical side of it, there is an incredible athlete wrapped up in that sort of mindset. And you see it all over the place when you watch those low-minute workouts.
Rick, you guys are back in the second round, and while the team has changed, there's still that core group from last year, whether that's Ben, Joel, JJ, and yourself. Do you sense there's anything different from those guys particularly that makes them more prepared to advance past this second round this year?
I do, and it's just added experience. They have money in the bank, a little bit more money than they had in the bank as it relates to playoff experience. And as I have said before, you know, how you ended, you should start. We lost to Boston. We started the preseason in September with those learning points from the Boston series, and now we've moved them forward, and it's now the middle of April, toward the end of April, and we're now in the second round of the Eastern Conference Championships. And it's you can see that there is, you know, just a little bit more wisdom, a little bit more polish, a little bit more recognition of what is to be expected, and there should be. That's the evolution of somebody's career. And you know, as we all sometimes forget, you know, Ben's 22 and Joel's 25, and they got a lot to offer for the next decade plus.
Ben struggled with Kawhi during the regular season in some of these matchups, and like you said, he's 22 years old. What's your message as he heads into this series, that matchup?
I mean, I think it's deeper than the matchup. It's recognizing that Toronto has, you know, two former defensive players of the year in Kawhi and Marc Gasol. They have a former first-team all-league defensive player in Danny Green. They have an all-star who plays defense in Kyle Lowry, and Siakam's going to end up being something very unique to our league, I believe. And so I've just laid out a roadmap for a hell of a defensive team. And so you drag it back a little bit to the Kawhi Ben thing. I think there's lessons to be learned from the Boston team thing where we can't have him play in a crowd. I feel like if you were to make me say what's most important on offense, I'd say turnovers. What's most important on defense, we have to get back and play transition defense. And those have to be the starting point. And Ben's individual matchup with Kawhi, pick both sides of the ball on what I just said. Those things come to my mind as it relates to individually. But as a group, Toronto's really, really capable defense.